This episode was brought to you by Burlap and Barrel. Burlap and Barrel is a single origin spice company and social enterprise that works directly with expert spice farmers in more than 25 countries to source unique, beautiful spices for home cooks and professional chefs. To try the freshest, most flavorful spices of your life, visit burlapandbarrel.com.
We are sitting in New York City and people are coming to ask for hot sauce.
Wait, they came here and asked for hot sauce?
Yeah.
Oh,
They can tolerate a certain amount of spice that probably even in Dubai, people don't like spicy food. But here, people like spicy food. They might need a little extra kick.
Hi, welcome to Shut Up and Eat, the podcast about food, restaurants, chefs, cooking, and everything else we're obsessed with. I'm Cathy Irway.
And I'm Matt Gross.
We're both New Yorkers who love to cook, eat, travel, and write.
This week, we're talking to the chef and the beverage director from Kidilum, an Indian restaurant that's bringing the cuisine of Kerala to Chelsea with a bit of flash.
Be sure to subscribe to this podcast and sign up for our weekly newsletter, an essential part of this Shut Up and Eat experience.
And now, our conversation with Kidilum.
My love is sweet.
Every time I have been to Kidilum, whether I was there eating with a friend of mine or going there for the interview, or another time I was actually just walking by it randomly and trying to remember where it was, I can't find it. I could never be able to find it. It's like this weirdly hidden away in the middle of everything. Which is notable to me because this is an Indian restaurant. And Indian restaurants, especially in New York City, have a tradition of making themselves big and colorful and bright and garish and impossible to avoid.
Like from the street?
Yeah, from the
Oh, I
street.
see what you mean.
Whether you're
Okay.
inside or from the street, like, you know,
Well,
you think of like the old school places on
I'm
the
thinking of East Village, like 6th Street. Yeah.
Yeah, like,
But look,
it's very hard to find ones that are just like,
Indian food, I know, it has come a long way, right? Like, I think that it's really just in the last decade or two, like we've just seen, such a proliferation of regional specialties, also fine dining, like just a lot of, different, like variation in like just quote unquote Indian food, in that, it's a huge country with so many different individual cuisines within it. So of course, it was just a matter of time.
Yeah, we've gone from Indian food to North Indian versus South Indian food to now like different subgenres within that, different states, different coastal stuff versus inland stuff, veg versus meat. And so it's really cool to get those different kinds of experiences. And then especially a lot of the new restaurants that have opened up in like even the last like 4 or 5 years are fun in a different way than Indian restaurants have been. Like you have stuff like the Ambassador Club, you have the stuff from the, Unapologetic Foods Group, Sema and Dhamaka. Like these are, I don't know, they're not just a place to like eat some curries.
Sema was like won a James Beard Award, right?
Yeah.
And so I actually just went to a place called Chatti, which specializes in a certain kind of Kerala cuisine. So that's, another specialty within the state of Kerala, which is in southern India.
Which is what Kidilum specializes in, we should
Yes.
say. So Kidilum is a relatively new restaurant, and it specializes in the food of Kerala, which is the sort of southwestern coast of India.
Yeah, and this coastal cuisine, of course, has a lot of seafood. It also had like a strikingly milder sort of spice profile than certainly some diners were expecting. I remember the chefs telling us that it was less spicy than some of their diners had thought. So they were bringing their own.
They have people coming
hot
in
sauce.
like asking them for hot sauce, which that's New York these days. I like that.
Yeah, it's so funny. But yeah, I mean, I think that it's a great entry point to Kerala cuisine. They tried to really demonstrate a lot of different classic dishes and also like high and low cuisine, right? There was like a village chicken that we talked about with the chef. And there's also a lot of different like types of breads that are served along with the stews and curries. So
yeah, you've got breads, you've got idlis, you've got
steamed,
these neat little
baked, fried.
starches, all these kinds of cool little starches that don't show up on a lot of menus here.
And rices.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, I think they had a great variety of dishes to kind of tell the story of Caroline cuisine through. And they did it really well through the beverages, too. Like, that was a really fun part of the menu for me.
That, what was the martini? It was the sort of pickled mango martini. Oh, my God. It's so good. So,
Indian pickles
like, bracing.
and martinis, just brilliant. I mean, it just makes so much sense.
Yeah. And we should say, too, that the chef and the beverage director there have come to this restaurant through sort of interesting routes, right? So Chef Vinu came to spent years and years cooking in Dubai, before showing up a couple of years ago to get Kidilum started. And his beverage director, Devender, spent most of his career in Hong Kong before coming here.
That's a funny tongue twister. Beverage director Devender.
Beverage director Devender.
Very international, like resumes, both of them.
And so it's a really cool experience for them to have cooked not just sort of like a high-end Caroline food for Carolines, but high-end Indian food across the world for mixed audiences before, coming together to do this thing here in New York.
It's a really a crazy story how it all came together. And I love what they're serving right now. I got to see some of the spices they're hoarding in the basement, some of the pickles that they're making down there in-house. So it's like bubbling away and fermenting. So it's really a fun place. And we were really, really excited and honored to be able to talk to both Chef Vinu and the beverage director, Devender. So
I think that's a good point for us to go and begin our conversation with Kidilum. First, can you tell us your full names and then tell us where we are right now?
Hi, my name is Devender Sehgal. We are at Kidilum here in New York City.
Oh, my name is Vinu. I'm the chef here. We are at Kidilum.
Okay.
All right. Like the last 5 years or so, the New York restaurant world has really started to get a good sense of the regionality of Indian food. But it's mostly sort of still just North Indian versus South Indian. So where does the food of Kerala in India's southwest coast, where does that fit in? What differentiates it?
For me, this restaurant was in progress in the mind for a very long time, and it was taking shape block at a time, and sometimes the time and place align, and here we are at New York City talking about South Indian food. Few years back, it was not the case. We were looking at Indian food in general. Now I think there is a lot more Indian food to offer, and this is the time for all of us to look into the regional diversity, and we are only talking about the southern part of India now.
Okay.
Kerala is the southern coast of India, and Kerala is a place that was known for its spice trade. Everybody was looking for Kerala centuries back. When the Portuguese came, when the British came, when all of these people came, they landed up in Kerala. So Vasco da Gama came to India, and he landed up in Kerala. So Kerala is a port city, ancient city, and it is known for spice trade. So when we talk about the cuisine at Kidilum, the backbone of the cuisine is spices, because it's from the region. Southern region of Kerala.
Are the spice mixes are certain spices more popular in Kerala than in, say, Tamil Nadu or, farther north? Like, imagine I know Tamil Nadu food or Maharashtrian food. How would I know that a dish is Keralan in terms of spices versus somewhere else?
If you look at India as a whole, they use different kind of spices, but a lot of them are produced or grown in Kerala. And because of the tropical region and the climate that supports so much, that the best quality of the spices come from Kerala. And we use a little and rest of them we export.
So you keep the best at home, the best and freshest.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
I want to start, I'm really intrigued by what you're saying about how long this restaurant was in the making in your mind, but let's start up way, way before then. If you can recall, what is the first like cooking memory you've ever had? Doesn't have to be in restaurants.
I always fascinated by food, and back my family, we had like a tea shop. For my uncle had a tea shop, and that was the memory I can correlate with. So always going to that house, staying around, looking at food, and
Right.
So what was the moment where you switched from just visiting the family tea shop to getting behind the stove? And like, what's the first thing that you cooked for yourself or for your family or for someone else?
It's very hard for me to say that at the age of 2, I started cooking. It's very difficult for me to say it that way, but food was always fascinating. It was always around, and I always love to explore new flavors. Every season has its own importance. When I talk about the summer vacation, it was all about mangoes and different type of mangoes. We are going for a hunt and bringing so many varieties of mangoes from the places, collecting them, bringing them home. These are all built up over a period of time, and I was a kid with no idea what the world is, and no idea what to do it. And I never fascinated with studies, and there is always a point you have to take a decision what you want to do with your life and career and move forward. So it was an easy one to, take cooking as a profession, and taking that decision. Yeah.
When did you realize that cooking was something you could do that would get you out of Kerala, out of India, and traveling the world? Did you know about that possibility from the beginning, or did that come somewhere along the way?
It was very easy for me to pick cooking because there was a passion attached to it, and I was very much passionate about cooking, flavors, and I just took it at that moment. I was not sure whether I'll stay with it for long, but after 12th or after my high school, I had to choose a profession, and I randomly picked catering or hotel management. Never had an idea whether I'll succeed or not. But when I went into the catering college, then I started to see the stylish version of Marco Pierre White or Gordon Ramsay, or people like celebrity chefs. In India, chef profession is not much celebrated. But when I started to see them, my fascination, my passion started to fuel.
Mm-hmm.
And never look back after that. It was a ride, a roller coaster ride since then.
And now, we're also speaking with Devender, the bar director here. And, you have things in the cocktail menu like lemon pickle and the mango brine, house fermented ingredients here that really speak to Indian cuisine. So also, you have an amazing pedigree, worked in hospitality and fine dining as a beverage director of 3 Michelin-star restaurants, right? But have you ever designed a specifically Indian cocktail menu before?
When it comes to hospitality, I've been working over a decade in the hospitality, but when it comes to working on a program like that, never done it before. Yeah. I've done a lot of Italian, I've done a lot of Japanese. But when it comes to the Indian and particularly Southern Indian, we have worked together with a lot of flavors that come from that side of the world, like whether it's a black cardamom, whether it's the cinnamon from Sri Lanka or things like that, but not necessarily a dedicated beverage program that highlighting the Southern Indian cuisine or the ingredient from there or the things that we like to eat and drink over there. So it's the first time, which has been very exciting as well, because the idea was to kind of mirror the image of what we are doing in the kitchen, and then demonstrating that in the liquid form rather than doing it in the bowl. We rather do it in the glass. Yeah.
In terms of designing the drinks, I'm wondering, like, are you at all trying to get away from the sort of classical structure of a lot of cocktails, right? Like there's martinis and palomas and margaritas and like all these sort of classic ideas.
The formulaic Americana.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
You know, when you're thinking about what you're doing, are you trying to play on that? Are you trying to develop, you know, completely alternate approaches to what a cocktail can be? Like,
there's the two ways of going, you know, when it comes to that. Like there is a way you can like completely restructure everything and then something very new to the consumer, or you can have the familiarity of some sort and then introduce something new. So that's the second option is what we went for when it comes to, we wanted it to have a certain sort of familiarity and then introduce a new ingredient, whether like, for example, a martini that we have a mango brine as part of it. You know, it's something that you don't usually see, but then it actually add a value to it. So when people understand what the martini is, okay, well, you know, people are familiar with and things like that. And then you're adding another layer to it. So it's something that represents us and who we are. And then the same thing goes along the way with the other drinks that we are doing as well. So that you have a classic structure and then you are introducing something that people may or may not be familiar with that. So that approach actually works with us better, because then you don't have to go completely from scratch. You have a baseline, you have a framework, and then you're introducing something new to the client that is that are already familiar with the cocktails and the history of the drinks.
Cool. That one drink, I'm actually getting thirsty thinking about it, because that's what I had when I was here, and it's just that mango pickle brine is so bracing. It's just it has that feeling when you drink a cocktail, you want it to hit you in a particular way. That first sip that just wakes you up, and it does that in a, you know, completely new and really fresh way. It was so good.
And also like for the having a Kidilum martini was very clear to us that we want to have a Kidilum martini, because I believe that every restaurant or a bar generally have certain things, whether it's a food driven, whether it's a beverage driven, that they have that stand out for them. You know, like for example, we have some of the dishes that stand out for us, something that people heard of, people want to try, and people have seen, and things like that. For the beverage side of it also, we wanted certain things to kind of, that is a staple for the Kidilum bar. And martini was a very, very clear to us that we want to have it in the menu, but we wanted to have our own spin on it and see what works. And still kind of don't lose the DNA of what the martini is, but giving a little hint of who also we are.
I gotta say, there's also something kind of fun about looking through the menu and just trying to guess, like, oh, so this is your spin on Negroni. I see what you're doing there, or something like that. But
This episode is brought to you by Burlap and Barrel. Burlap and Barrel is a single origin spice company and social enterprise that works directly with expert spice farmers in more than 25 countries to source unique, beautiful spices for home cooks and professional chefs. To try the freshest, most flavorful spices of your life, visit burlapandbarrel.com.
you guys, first of all, this is your first time cooking in a restaurant in America, in New York City, right? You were just in Hong Kong, Devender, and you were just cooking in Dubai, right, Vinu?
For a long time.
For a long time.
Both of you.
So how did this audience surprise you or challenge you or didn't?
How did you get ready for it, right? Like, you know, you're opening a restaurant in New York and you guys are coming from Dubai and Hong Kong. What did you know of the food scene here? How did you get ready?
I think New York was ready for it long time back, but nobody was there to provide it. There was a scarcity for good Indian food. The local crowd is already seasoned to take a certain amount of spices. They come here and they ask for hot sauce. I cannot believe that we are sitting in New York City and people are coming to ask for hot sauce.
Wait, they came here and asked for hot sauce?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They can tolerate a certain amount of spice that probably even in Dubai, people don't like spicy food. But here, people like spicy food. They might need a little extra kick. So I feel like New York was ready for us, and we just came a little late.
Amazing. Yeah.
South Indian cuisine here in New York City hasn't been like a lot when it as compared to the Northern Indian. And Northern Indian food and the restaurant has been coming here for the last like 10-15 years. You know, when you see Indian accent came a long time ago, when you have the Junoon came, for example, a long time ago, but it's always associated with the Northern Indian style. And when it comes to the Southern Indian, it's still very new and fresh. And I think that's the excitement that we are also trying to in creating in the people's heart, that there is, apart from North, there is a lot of other region and other flavors, and something that we can explore when it comes to the Asian, or let's say Indian cuisine.
Cool.
Amazing.
Let's walk through the
let's
kitchen.
walk through.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Just show me.
see what's what. Those are
This is a beetroot sauce for one of the vegetarian starter, and here we have. ये क्या है? Here we have another sauce made out of cashew nut for the jackfruit dish.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Tender
that is
jackfruit
just
dish.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, this is one of the techniques we use. It's called tadka. Tadka means after the sauce is made. After the sauce is made, we actually fry the shallots, mustard, curry leaf, and red chili, and we add it into the sauce. It brings a different flavor altogether, and that also give a uniqueness to the food that we cook.
Oh my goodness. The aroma of that tempered curry leaf stuff on top is amazing.
Yeah.
I wish you guys could smell it at home.
Every curry have its own tadka. We call it tadka. Every curry has its own tadka, and that actually give the explosion.
Okay. It's definitely exploding.
Then over here, we have all the sauces going for the evening. So this is the time we set up our sauces. So all the sauces are set separately, and we don't repeat the sauces for other dishes. So every dish have its own different sauce.
Oh, moly.
So it's going on. And we have like almost 15 different sauces for the menu, and all of them are prepared separately.
Wow.
That's going on.
That's a lot of prep.
There is some prep going on for the breads. This is one of the bread that we use it for the beef dish. It's called rice patiri.
Okay, okay. And this gets steamed, right? Does this one get steamed?
This will go into the fryer.
Oh, it's a fryer,
the
okay.
rice flour, the dough used for this is actually steamed. The dough is actually cooked already.
Oh, I see.
So the rice is already cooked. Then we make into a small cake, then deep fry.
Oh, cool.
So it's very crispy from outside and soft inside.
Are those called the hoppers? No,
No,
that's different.
hoppers are,
something
here
else.
we
Okay.
have the batter for hoppers.
Oh, okay,
so
gotcha.
So this is for the hoppers and this is for the idli. We grind our batter in-house. We take them out in the morning and we ferment them, and we use the steamer to steam the idli and for the appa. Yeah.
Cool.
I can take you down to the spice grinder. Let's go there. It smells smoky. It smells like this is it looks like a mangosteen. The skin of that fruit is cured and smoked, and we use this for fish curry.
Okay.
That
is gorgeous.
Souring agent for fish curry. Then I can show you something that.
Why is it called Cambodge? Is it come from Cambodia? Was it like
it's called Cambodge or Malabar tamarind or Kudampuli.
Oh, okay.
Then this is one of the hottest chilies. This is from India.
Beautiful.
But the beauty of this chili is it smells like berry.
Well, it's a Naga
chilies, yeah? And
that's my thing. That is very much my thing.
Another ingredient that we use and not many people know is that dried roses. This is part of masalas sometimes, and they are so beautiful. This is not. This is
it's gentle.
Real.
Yeah. Sometimes I worry with rose hips, rose flowers. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it can taste too much like perfume.
Yeah.
Like I don't want it to taste like licking my grandmother.
Yeah.
So let's go to we have this fun game that we play with all of our guests on this podcast. It's called Chef versus Robot.
Mm-hmm.
Should we explain Chef versus Robot?
Yes, I
and then
think
the
that
trivia?
we'll
Okay.
have
So
a better
Chef versus
clarity.
Robot, we have picked 3 random ingredients, and we will ask you to quickly come up with a dish that incorporates them. You don't have to write the recipe, but tell us what you would do with these 3 ingredients.
And you can use other ingredients, but it has to use those 3 ingredients as well.
And then we have also asked ChatGPT
The same question.
the same question. So we will tell you
Oh, nice.
what ChatGPT is. You come up with something, we'll tell you what ChatGPT has come up with, and then our listeners
decide
will
the winner.
vote
Okay.
on which of these recipes is the best, and that determines the winner.
Right.
Do you want to read the 3?
Yes.
Are you ready for the 3 ingredients?
Yes. Eggplant, wasabi, mackerel. In your mind.
Wasabi. So we can pick one of them,
You have
right?
to pick all 3 of those.
All
You
3 of them.
Make me a dish that uses all 3 of those.
Or dish or a drink.
Or drink,
Or
yeah.
drink.
If you want to make
You
a
do
drink,
but
with
it's
eggplant,
mackerel.
wasabi, and mackerel,
Yeah,
please. I love
please.
it.
Eggplant, wasabi, and mackerel. No, chef, you go. This one is
It could be any form of, wasabi. It could be grated. It could be powdered. I don't care.
yeah. Eggplant dust.
Oh.
Eggplant, wasabi, and mackerel. Wasabi is something very much Asian, so we might go for a sweet eggplant dish.
Ume?
Something
With
like that.
ume? Like a little bit of ume?
No, this is a sweet soy glazed eggplant with braised mackerel and wasabi maybe.
Wasabi powder,
Would
like
you
kind of just
powder or
sprinkled on
grate
top? Or?
I would rather use grated wasabi on top.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a nice
All
little
right. So
zing.
sweet soy braised eggplant with
With
braised mackerel
braised
on top
mackerel and
grated wasabi.
wasabi.
Okay. And your drink or dish?
I'll give white rice along with that.
Okay.
Nice.
Like it.
I think eggplant is tough. The rest too I can add.
Well, let's start with the first 2. Let's start with
The fish and the, I think we can fat wash with fish. Like, it's a little fatty, no?
Mackerel is
Mackerel,
pretty
yeah, very
fatty.
fatty.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we can do like a grasshopper kind of stuff with, grasshopper, but we're going to add a little bit of vodka that is fat wash with the fish. And then we add a little bit of wasabi that is flavored with the cream. And then a little bit of creme de menthe and creme de cacao.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
A
All right.
minty, fishy.
Now we'll have, because when you're doing fat, so it will have a hint of that,
Okay.
but still be very, very subtle. So it will not
Yeah,
be fishy
a
as
little
such.
savory,
but
right?
little
Okay.
savory rather.
I like that.
great. Well,
Oh my gosh. Okay.
ChatGPT said, oh no, sorry, this is Claude. Sorry, OpenAI.
Claude AI.
Claude
okay.
came up with wasabi glazed mackerel with miso braised eggplant.
Wow.
I think
It's very similar.
it's sort of similar.
Yeah, we are
Not
almost there.
Not bad, not bad.
I mean, that doesn't mean that
Yeah.
it's any
It's gonna
good. We'll
taste
have to
good,
look
yeah.
at this
It's
this
glazed
recipe.
and braised.
Yeah.
Soy and wasabi and miso. Yeah, it's almost in the
Yeah,
same.
they
Glazed
went
and
just sort of
braised.
straight. Yeah, very straight Japanese with this.
Okay.
yeah.
Miso glazed. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Cool.
Well, thanks for playing along.
Thank you.
My lovely sweet.
Where have you been eating in New York?
Hmm.
You've been. How many months have you been here now? Years.
For me, 2 months, 2 years.
2 years. So like, where?
So
what?
2 years for Vino, but 2 months for Devender.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
So what have you eaten that you've loved, and what do you still need to eat?
Like
that
the
you
name of the
really wanna try?
restaurant, or
The dish, or the name of the restaurant?
hot
You tell
dogs.
me.
I don't know.
I think I've been to very few restaurants, not a lot. Been to a lot of bars.
And so, what have you liked? What was the best thing you've had to drink in New York, apart from at Kidilum?
The drink that I had a couple of. So one of the things that I did one of the night that I was here, that And I think New York is the only place in the world that you can do it in. So I told a friend of mine, and I was like, look, I want to explore New York City and the bar scene. And he's like, yeah. And he gave me the list of the bars, which is like some of the top bars in New York City. And then I was like, no, we don't want to do any of it. We want to do the bars that is open in the 19th century or before. That's it. So we went to some of the beer places, some of the bars that is like open in the 1800s and things like that.
Lower Manhattan, maybe. Yeah, okay,
like
yeah.
And again, it's not. It wasn't about like whether you want to have a delicious drink or something. It was about like you experiencing the history,
the culture, sure,
of New York City and the bar scene,
like that.
and all of that thing. So that was, I think, one of the highlights for me in New York City. For food, there are. So I've been to Crane Club, which was very good, the restaurant, and also I have two of my favorite places in Jersey City that I really like. One is called Tequileria downtown. It's like a tacos and tacos and margaritas, but fantastic. The energy, the vibe, and is amazing. Every time I've been there, it's like everyone is happy, and after a couple of drinks, you are happy. So it's all. And there is a place called Corto. It's a small place, Italian place in Jersey City, which is also very good. They do farm to plate kind of concept. They work a lot with the small farmers and things like that, which I think are really, really good because, when you're a small restaurant, you're working together with the farmers. It's very, very tight connection that you have. And then you're getting the produce from there and things like that. So I really appreciate and enjoy all of these things quite a lot. And so, a couple of places that I've been here.
Good to know. Great. Good to know. Thanks.
When I came to New York, I was new to the city and planned to open a restaurant like this. So it was mandatory to visit all the Indian restaurants in the city. So we did that. Also, we went into some of the iconic restaurants here. But what I prefer, I like to go is Chinatown. Late night, very, very super easy going place, and you enjoy a lot of
Noodle Village,
New York Noodle Town.
Yeah, I love that.
Second place in the city, very close by, is the Korean Town.
Yep.
You go for
karaoke,
barbecue, and
that's where I'm going after this.
These are the two places. There is no specific restaurants, but we go for sometimes Peking duck, sometimes dim sum, sometimes stir fries. Yeah, and a lot of barbecue on the table.
Okay.
All right. Thanks guys.
So much.
This is great.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Good.
Okay, that's it for Shut Up and Eat. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast and check out our newsletter and killer merch at shutupandeat.com. That's Shut Up and Eat, not Shut Up and Eat.
This episode was edited and produced by Matt Herrero at H Industries. Our executive producer is Peter Chang. Graphic design by Matt Timms. And our theme song is Birthday Cake by Chibo Mato.
Okay, till next time, shut up and eat, everybody.
No, you shut up and eat.
No, you shut up and eat.
Okay, thanks. I will.
My love is sweet.